Imagine if you, as a Nigerian taxpayer, had a trusted ally standing between you and the tax authorities, ensuring your rights were always protected and disputes swiftly resolved. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, tax disputes, confusion over laws, and inefficiencies have long plagued the fiscal system, leaving taxpayers frustrated and vulnerable. To address these issues, the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill 2024 presents a bold new framework designed to modernize tax governance and empower taxpayers. A central feature of this bill is the creation of the Tax Ombudsman, an independent body tasked with protecting taxpayer rights, resolving disputes, and improving the systemic inefficiencies in tax governance. In this video, we will explore how the Tax Ombudsman could transform Nigeria's tax landscape from its strengths to the challenges it faces, while proposing reforms to strengthen its impact on Nigeria's tax administration. Hi, my name is Olatunji Abdulrazak. I am the founder and CEO of TaxMobile.online. Welcome to my YouTube channel, A Stitch in Tax Saves Cash. This channel is dedicated to helping you stay on top of your taxes. We will provide you with tips and strategies to help you keep more money in your pockets and minimize your tax liability while you stay in compliance with tax laws. So, if you want to start taking control of your finances from today, hit the subscribe button below and click the notification bells to stay updated on our latest videos. The role and objectives of the Tax Ombudsman. The Tax Ombudsman is envisioned as an independent public office tasked with mediating disputes between taxpayers and tax authorities. Its dominant objective is to provide an impartial, accessible, and cost-effective platform for addressing tax grievances, enhancing accountability, and fostering trust in the Nigerian tax system. The primary responsibilities of the Tax Ombudsman under the bill include complaints investigation. The Ombudsman is empowered to receive and investigate taxpayers' complaints regarding maladministration, arbitrary actions, or violations of taxpayer rights by tax authorities or their officials. This provides taxpayers with a formal channel to seek redress. Mediation and conciliation. The Ombudsman facilitates the amicable resolution of disputes through mediation and conciliation as a non-adversarial alternative to litigation. This approach reduces costs and expedites dispute resolution, particularly for individuals and small businesses. Advocacy and awareness. The Ombudsman will educate taxpayers about their rights and obligations while also monitoring the actions of tax authorities and fiscal policies to ensure fairness and compliance with the law. Policy recommendations and systemic reforms. The Ombudsman is authorized to make recommendations to tax authorities, address systemic issues, propose policy reforms, and advocate for taxpayer-friendly administrative practices to prevent recurring challenges. Oversight on tax authorities. The Ombudsman reviews the action and decisions of tax authorities to ensure they align with ethical standards and legal procedures, thereby promoting accountability and transparency. These responsibilities position the Ombudsman as a critical institution for advancing trust, fairness, and efficiency in tax administration. What are the strengths of the Tax Ombudsman? The establishment of the Tax Ombudsman introduces several benefits that could significantly improve Nigerian tax system, such as accessibility and cost effectiveness. The Ombudsman offers a free and accessible platform for taxpayers to resolve disputes without incurring the high costs associated with litigation. This is particularly beneficial for small and medium-sized enterprises and individual taxpayers with limited resources. Promotion of taxpayers' rights. The Ombudsman underscores the government's commitment to protecting taxpayers. By providing a formal mechanism to address grievances, the Ombudsman promotes a culture of fairness, accountability, and respect for taxpayer rights. Systemic reforms. Beyond addressing individual complaints, the Ombudsman recommendation for systemic reforms could lead to long-term improvement in tax administration, reducing inefficiencies and ensuring more taxpayer-centric policies. Reduction in litigation. Through mediation and conciliation, the Ombudsman reduces the volume of disputes referred to courts or tribunals, alleviating the burden on the judicial system while fostering amicable resolutions. Limitations of the Tax Ombudsman and its implication. Despite its potential, the role of the Tax Ombudsman under the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill 2024 is limited by significant constraints which have significant implications for its effectiveness. These include non-binding recommendations. The Ombudsman findings and recommendations are not legally binding on tax authorities. This lack of enforcement power diminishes its authority and raises concern about whether tax authorities will comply with its decisions. Implication: without binding authority, the Ombudsman cannot hold tax authorities accountable, which may erode taxpayer trust in the institution. Restricted jurisdiction. The Ombudsman is explicitly barred from interpreting substantive tax laws, determining tax liabilities, or issuing tax assessments. This limitation curtails its ability to address the core issues underlying many tax disputes. Implication: without the ability to resolve core tax issues, the Ombudsman may be perceived as a less effective platform for meaningful dispute resolution. Lack of enforcement powers. The Ombudsman cannot halt enforcement actions such as tax collections or penalties while investigating complaints. This exposes taxpayers to continued financial harm or operational disruption during the redress process. Implication: this limitation undermines the Ombudsman's ability to provide meaningful relief to taxpayers facing undue pressure from tax authorities. Optional engagement. Taxpayers are not mandated to approach the Ombudsman before pursuing other dispute resolution mechanisms such as the Tax Appeal Tribunal. This reduces the relevance and utilization of the office. Implication: with engagement being optional, the Ombudsman risks being underutilized and less effective as a first point of recourse for taxpayers. Risk of redundancy. With the existence of alternative dispute resolution mechanisms such as the Tax Appeal Tribunal, the Ombudsman risks being perceived as duplicative, especially without distinct or enforceable mandates. Implication: the restrictions on the Ombudsman power raise concerns that its establishment may be viewed as a symbolic reform rather than a substantive solution to tax grievances. Recommendations for strengthening the Tax Ombudsman. To enhance the effectiveness of the Tax Ombudsman, the following reforms are recommended. 1. Grant binding authority. The Ombudsman recommendations should carry legal weight, at least in cases of proven maladministration or breaches of taxpayer rights. This would compel compliance by tax authorities and strengthen the Ombudsman credibility. 2. Expand jurisdiction. The Ombudsman should be empowered to interpret tax laws and determine liabilities within defined parameters. This would enable it to address substantive disputes effectively. 3. Introduce mandatory engagement. Taxpayers should be required to approach the Ombudsman before escalating disputes to the Tax Appeal Tribunal. This would increase the Ombudsman's relevance and encourage early dispute resolution. Empower the Ombudsman to stay actions. The Ombudsman should have the authority to suspend enforcement actions during investigations, ensuring taxpayers are protected from undue harm. 5. Strengthening oversight and transparency. The Ombudsman should submit regular reports to the National Assembly and publish detailed quarterly reports on unresolved issues and systemic challenges to promote accountability. Public awareness campaigns. The government should launch initiatives to educate taxpayers about the role and benefits of the Tax Ombudsman. This would encourage greater utilization and foster trust in the institution. In conclusion, the establishment of the Office of the Tax Ombudsman under the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill 2024 is a commendable step toward improving Nigeria's tax administration. By providing an impartial platform for dispute resolution, promoting taxpayer rights, and recommending systemic reforms, the Ombudsman has the potential to transform the tax system. However, to ensure the institution's long-term success, it is essential to address the inherent limitations. With these measures in place, the Tax Ombudsman could become a cornerstone of Nigeria's tax reform agenda, fostering trust, transparency, and efficiency in the nation's tax system. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you have any questions or want to share your thoughts, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insightful content. Also remember to watch our previous videos.